We'll come back to that, the term of mixture. We'll talk a bit about it before
For sure.
the show. The same question goes to you. Your feeling when you are from Senegal, from Thiès, Mourid, from here, and you come to celebrate, but you see that those who come to celebrate are not just people from Senegal, but around the world.
First of all, black people are prouder today. Because if you have the opportunity to celebrate something that is the greatest event in the world, that is the Magal of Touba, or the Great Magal of Touba. This is the work done by Cheikh Ahmadou Bamba, who from zero to hero worked hard to make black people prouder than ever. So today, this gathering means a lot. Why a lot? Because we know that we are not the back seat driver that has no voice in the vehicle. We are not that person. So we are the greatest in mankind. Why? Because he did it. He did a lot for us. From this departure, we have the freedom of knowledge, the freedom of everything that can make a country step forward. But Cheikh Ahmadou Bamba did not do it for Senegal alone, but the world in general. Thank you so much.
Right. If you are watching the show, you see that earlier I had Pape Assane Diouf from Hizbut-Tarqiyyah, who is a very experienced person. But when we see you both, we see that we have maybe seen young people on the show, and usually we have old men when we have this kind of gathering, right? That's why I'm going to ask you this question, which is about the place of youth in the Murid community, the place of youth in the organization of this day.
Well, it's a great question, and I'm really happy to answer to the question. I would say that the place of youth in Mouridism is like the center, because youth are the future of any word. We can say in general that they are the future of a country, they are the future of tomorrow, etc. So if we want to see tomorrow the Mouridism forward, we have to invest a lot on that youth you see over here. Today maybe we are doing the show in an environment where you're not seeing all the people around you, you are seeing youngs. Maybe some of them do not even understand what we are about saying, but what we have in their head is they are talking about Serigne Touba. And when it comes to Serigne Touba, what we call ndaws, they are ready for that. Okay, it's ndaws that organize Safars in our corners, in the suburb, in Dakar, etc. It's them. They fulfill the Daara. Okay, they fulfill the Daara, and they fulfill the Juma, as we can say it. Then they are everywhere, and they are thirsty of knowledge. They are thirsty of Sheikh al-Khadim, and they are the future of this very world. Then investing in them is to invest in the future of Mouridism. And I think what the Hizbut-Tarqiyyah has done is the proof of evidence, because you said it while back. They has been training when they was young. Today they are able to make up the challenge. It's because we did give them respect, and when we give them respect, that respect pay it back. Then it's a great pleasure to see youngs doing those horrible jobs.
Wow, that's you, as usual.
For sure.
Allah. Well, Brother Fall, as I mentioned in my presentation, or you mentioned in your introduction, the spirit of Baifal. What is, by essence, the meaning of the term Baifal?
Well, talking about Baifal is everything in Mouridiyah, because the work done by Imam Sheikh
Ibrahim Fall.
And we cannot talk about that spirit without mentioning what is called the word Hizbut. As Touba mentioned it in Muhammad al-Khidmah, he said that if it was not from that work, I would not understand for work in order to start this journey. So Khidmah is everything in Mouridism. And talking about Baifal, it is everything also. Because remember, what white people said at Rahman Shah Ibrahim, he said that this intellect is like in cloud nine. It's over Making your dreadlocks, it's not about that. By far is a spirit that is from learning until practice. So khidma is the word.
Okay, you talk about khidma, and we know that every time people are talking about Shah Ibrahim Lamp Babu Mouridiyah, we talk about khidma, ligay. He used to say in Wolof, "Luma ligay di may rus na ko ñaan Yàlla." That means whatever I can get from work from the individual, I'm not gonna ask that to God, which means there are thousands of lessons people can learn from Imam Sheikh Ibrahim Fall's life and teaching. What is you today the biggest lesson you have learned from the life of Sheikh Ibrahim Fall?
Yeah, this is sparing us from laziness, because
definitely sparing us from laziness.
Spare us from laziness, because Sheikh Bamba has done everything. So maybe we could be there saying that, you know, the work has been done by Sheikh Bamba. But from those words of Ibrahim Fall, we know that we should not cross our hands saying that everything is done. No, we have to work hard, you know, toil and moil in order to take this level up. And Imam Sheikh Ibrahim Fall was something great as far as that spirit, because without work, we cannot go far. Imagine if that was not work, this mosque, I mean this great one, would not be here today, because from Culturel to Touba, they could, you know, work hard in order take the railroad until Touba. So that was from hard work that they get everything. You know, from that hard work today, thanks to God, we can see Murid people, you know, investing something that even the government cannot do. It is from hard work. And talk about all those Imam Sheikh Ibrahim Fall, who did it. He did put this in our soul, in our blood, in our efforts, so that we can know that, of course, we have the books, but it's not enough.
Definitely.
We should work hard in order to reach our dreams and our aims. That was that.
I'm sure you got more to say about Imam Sheikh Fall. I'll get back to you, right?
Okay.
Bamba. Today we have people having access to social network. Young people having easy access to social network. What do you think should be the best way to use social network today as far as spreading the work of Sheikh Bamba is concerned?
But if I had to answer in one sentence, I would say that the best way to use the social networks is to use it bumbly. Yeah, for sure. Bumbly, because I think that today the word is about message, right? It is about message. Even in the religion, God says that I send messengers, because there is a communication between God and people. And through that communication, God have to get some representatives that should send the message to others. Okay, and Ahmadul Qadim has been sending messages since he is on earth. Okay, he has been writing so many books, but today are we reading? I don't think so. People are not reading at all. People are not going to school at any time. The context may shows it. The coronavirus, for example, many schools have been closing their doors, and people were obliged to stay at home, right? Not to go at school. It means that our human contact has been destroyed, and our only tool for us to communicate is our cell phones. Right now, how can we transform the messages of Sheikhul Khadim that has been written in our phones? Today, as a young, we have Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, etc. How can we do to transform those messages in our social networks so that deliver that positivity in the mind of everybody?
Definitely.
My brother said it a while back. Sheikh Ibrahim is all about philosophy, but a philosophy has to be taught. But how to taught somebody a philosophy while that person is missing? today I can say that the majority of people who come to Magal are not with their parents. They enter in what we call the numbers, okay, and to come to Touba, they have their liberty. So those very people, they have their phones. So when they come, they can communicate through their phones. I think we as a young, our responsibility is just like to write and to talk, make some videos, make some text, make some posts, and to share it with others. As we say, Bamba Fepu. When you enter in every side and then you see that it's all about Bamba, when you will behave like a Bamba. So that's why I think the best way is to behave like Bambali.
Bambali.
Yeah.
When you talk about Bamba Fip, meaning it's not just for Senegal, it's not just for Muslims, because when he wrote the famous Hasai Rabbi Ma Yasrahu, where he talk about Ya Malik al-Mulki Ya Man Jala an Hawadin Irham Jami'an Wara Ya Hadi Radha. That means he has worked and he has sent blessings to humankind. Not just human beings, but all the creatures of Allah.
For sure.
Right? And today we have this social network, and people are also talking about that term mbekte. That term mbekte, which is so large. What can you say in a few words about the meaning
I think
of mbekte?
our discussing
What should be the real meaning of mbekte?
I think mbekte is not going to be defined. Okay, mbekte is going to be seen. Okay, it is going to be lived. It is going to be touched. Because what I said to somebody this very morning was about how people are behaving between them in Touba. Contrary to what I'm not going to name an area, but in some areas, for example, in the country, we know that if we enter in a bus, and that there are a lot of people, if you don't pay attention, you will not enter. People are going to tell you, "Bis bi dafa khat, xaaral benen ba mu ñew." Okay, but Touba is more hot than the bus. But we our level best, and like to accept.
Let's see the example of the mosque.
For sure, before I come in the mosque, I got a problem.
Everybody is there inside.
Yeah, when people were hurting me, I want it inside of me. Definitely. To give them just like a rocket. But I was telling to myself that we are here to live that very mbectomy. Well, okay.
I mean, that's just wonderful.
For sure.
They are telling me that we just have a kind of, let's say, 5 or less than 5 minutes before we end the show.
Okay.
But let's see. Maybe we will have another show here to talk about this. Okay. As I said to Papa Hassan Diouf, it is the last straw that breaks the camel's back, right? So you both are writers. Okay. You have written a lot about Sheikh Ibrahim Fall, Sheikh Ahmad Bamba, and his work. Can you perform just one thing to our viewers before we end the show?
Okay, I would just perform the very poem I wrote as far as Mam Sheikh Ibrahim Fall, and the title was Gennu Góor. I would say, yaa tax ñu takki der di waar, roy sa yu baat dooni kawar, mën a wari fas di gawar, booleeg liggéey itam sawar. yaa nu xamal nuurullahi yaa nu sa kitaabullahi ba nu xamee abdullahi xaadimu rasulillahi yoonu bay demba nga wane booba lañ ne moo wane nga fab ñëpp ba ñëpp jébbalu xam ne ni ahmadu kat du ca ñee liggéey fab ko joxe suba ak ngoon te du sooxe te raw ñëpp doo ko doxe boole gamu bisub texe yoonu yàlla amoo ak maas yoonu yoneen bi yaa ko maas bawuma kenn fii ba Fass yaa ko fi liggéey moom luy xaas bi nga yegsee la xel yi dal ngir ku la xam ñu foof ko fal góor yàlla piir du jublu xal mbaa yàlla gi yaa ko fi tal nga mënoon a fuuy ba faf beew foo mën a dem dëkk di xew ceebu di niin ba géex di meew nga fab joxe dindee lu leew ahlu Baay Faal yéen sant leen ndax seen sëriñ ëpp na leen fa bés penc du ngeen fa neen ñëpp ni Faal mu ramu leen Cheikh Ibra Fall raw nga ci suuf yowmal xiyaam yaay ki fa uuf kun seenu kaw mu dëkkee suuf sa lépp a mat kenn du la xuuf ma kañ la dëkkee di bàkku sangoo suuf dellu di nàkku fa ñëpp yi tiit daw di làkku dëkk ak yow Fall lees di sàkku Baay Fall. That was the very poem.
That's just wonderful. I'm going to give the floor to Bamba. They're telling me it's over. But anyway, we will listen to Bamba before we end the show.
Well, Bamba is the light lightening day our way. Bamba is the hero who from zero worked to build Mouridism. Bamba is the first, the last and the master. Bamba fépp rekk dongo kese kepp is the song sung by the whole world. Everybody knows but not everybody understand. If everybody understood, everybody would be loving it. Bamba.
MashaAllah. I'm sorry, but you know that's the end.
Thank
Man. That's not. Okay. Thank you very much again, Bamba. I saw that they have. I think we have to give the floor now to the next presenter. I'm just gonna say, Bamba, our savior. Bamba, the solution for life and death. Bamba, the elected one. We Mourids, the selected few. The Jim Saint Touba. Yara Mam Cheikh Ibrahim Fall. Thank you very much. Next time, best time.
إلى الكتاب والحديث انصرفا قلبي وقلبي بمن المصطفى الحمد لله الذي أخرجني من يتيم ليس الكثير الفتن.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم لي الله القرآن جبريل محمد للمصطفى نويت ما يجدد سنته القرى وإني أحمد للمصطفى نويت ما يجدد سنته القرى وإني أحمد للمصطفى نويت ما يجدد.
18 Safar, le grand Magal de Touba célèbre le départ en exil de Cheikh Ahmadou Bamba, un jour de salut.
يقول أحمد المفوض إلى الأمر ويرتدي يقول أحمد المفوض إلى الأمر ويرتدي إني أقول باليوم سوء حجار بالمسجد شنبي وهذا
الرحيم لي الله قرآن جبريل محمد للمصطفى نويت ما يجدد سنته القرى وإني أحمد للمصطفى نويت ما يجدد سنته القرى وإني أحمد للمصطفى نويت ما يجدد.
18 Safar, le grand Magal de Touba célèbre le départ en exil de Cheikh Ahmadou Bamba, un jour de communion.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم لي الله قرآن جبريل محمد للمصطفى نويت ما يجدد سنته القرى وإني أحمد للمصطفى نويت ما يجدد سنته القرى وإني أحمد للمصطفى نويت ما يجدد.
18 Safar, le grand Magal de Touba célèbre le départ en exil de Cheikh Ahmadou Bamba, un jour d'action de grâce.
من كل زين